Well, hello, comic book fans. Welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Users. I am Wild Bill, your host, the Unknown Comic, and I like to keep it that way. That's right. And the founding father of the show who called me up one day and said, "Hey, I want to do a show about comic books. Do you want to co-host it with me?" And I was like, okay.
Oh, hi everybody, I'm Pete. What's going on? Pete Pardo here. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on this another episode of Villain Spotlight.
Yes, Villain Spotlight featuring Whiplash.
All right, first appearance. Tales to Astonish.
No, Tales of Suspense.
Oh, Tales of Suspense. Sorry, I do that all the time.
Number 97.
Yeah.
And on the cover here, The Watcher.
Yes.
No, it's a joke. It's Whiplash. I threw that in there on purpose.
Drawn by Gene Colan. There.
Yeah, so I took a picture. That's his first appearance. His name was Mark Scarlatti. And his first appearance was Tales of Suspense in number 97, as you just saw there. And he was created by Stan Lee and Gene Colan. He used to join bad guys like the Maggia.
Yeah, the Maggia, yeah.
He was part of the Death Squad, which consisted of the Melter and Man-Bull, who were drafted by the Black Llama. Black Llama created the Death Squad. But yeah, Whiplash used to get around. He was a nemesis for Iron Man. I went looking through my Iron Mans for Whiplash on the cover, and it took me this long to get... You know, which I always questioned, like, will they use him as a major villain for the second Iron Man movie when he's not really?
He really never
Iron
was.
Man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you that.
Yeah, that's absolutely 100% true.
But he used to work for Stark Industries as a electrical tech, and he wound up pursuing crime. So he wore a bulletproof costume, and his whips were cybernetically controlled. Whatever the hell that means. That's comic book lingo for you. But basically, they were titanium whips. And he used to carry a little bag of tricks, like pouch, with like little explosive devices and stuff. But yeah, his armor was bulletproof. So he could kind of go toe-to-toe with Iron Man. Here he is with the Melter and the Man-Bull.
Yeah.
Whiplash.
Yeah, most people, usually associate the Man-Bull with Daredevil, but it was cool. I always like these kind of little oddball villain teams.
He was also a member of the Sinister Syndicate, also.
Yep.
But this kind of is a throwback to the first appearance of Tales of Suspense 97, but this is Marvel Tales, number 72, with obviously Iron Man and Spider-Man and Whiplash.
Yep.
Now, about a month ago... Well, it's been more than a month because I haven't been on the show in like a month. But we finally got a chance to get together. But if you watched back episodes, I talked about Whiplash changing his name, and I said his name was Backlash. But that wasn't the case. It's Blacklash. But still, he's still Whiplash here. Here he is with the Melter. He also joined forces with the Blizzard in the early 90s, late 80s issues of Iron Man. But that's 123. This is 127. Again, with the Melter.
So these issues that you're showing, these are the only appearances of Whiplash in Iron Man sub 200, right? So
yes.
These are all of them.
So here's where he becomes Blacklash. Now, when I blooped and said Backlash, I think Backlash sounds better.
It does. Blacklash is terrible.
I mean, his suit's changed. He's still got a whip, but he's got
what's wrong with the name Whiplash?
Cinnamon boots,
I don't know what was wrong with Whiplash. I don't know.
I think, like I said, I think Backlash is better than Blacklash. Yeah. But this is a cool cover. Yeah, but this is the last I have, and I have every Iron Man from issue 2 through 180.
Is that a Keith Pollard cover?
It could be. I'm not sure.
I can see it.
No.
Who's that? Oh, Bob Layton. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I thought Bob Layton. But that's Whiplash. He got around. He worked for the Maggia, and I don't understand. I didn't go far enough as to why he changed his name.
Yeah.
But he dies in the year 2000 in Marvel Comics, the character.
Okay.
But I read a little biography on him, but I didn't print it out.
Where would you rank him on, say, would you put him in the 5 greatest Iron Man foes of all time?
I'd put him in the top 10.
Right.
He would be somewhere between 6 and 10. I wouldn't give him top 5.
Yeah, it's always interesting to
And
try and figure
I
out.
will play my Marvel card
Okay.
on that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give it in the top 10. Haven't we done top 10 villains of Iron Man?
Yeah.
Top 10
Pretty
at least,
sure we did. Yeah.
right?
I
So
don't know
go
if-
there.
I don't know if either one of them picked him. We may
He's
have.
got to be in there.
Yeah.
Do us a favor. Go to the playlist.
I'm going to do the same thing because I don't remember. Yeah, when you do so many of these shows, you kind of forget sometimes.
Yeah,
don't
I'm
you?
pretty sure I picked him as one. Yeah, we did top 5 villains, right? And at least top 5, and then we do honorable mentions. So
Right.
he's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure because what's surprising is when you have so many Iron Man issues, and then he's only in a handful.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
Now let me throw out the Marvel. This was the only Marvel Tales in my collection when I was a teenager.
Team up.
Yes, Marvel Team Up. Thanks. At least I didn't say to watch it.
And
But same, just as bad. Anyway,
Tails Astonished.
another we did a recent episode about comics and what it was like to go get them and buy them, shop them. This one was given to me, so that was clutch. It was the only one in my collection. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, that's a good cover.
And it is not a reprint of. It's an original story,
Right.
so it's not a reprint from like Tales of Suspense or anything like that. Because Spider-Man wasn't in any Tales of Suspense issues back then.
You brought up a good point early on, though. Like, how do the Marvel films, like, how do they choose which villains to put into these movies, right? 'Cause
six books.
Just that's it.
Out of 180, or I should say
And
179.
that qualifies as having
a major villain.
major
It's
villain
the
in the movie.
Mandarin. If you want to go by the books, it's the Mandarin.
And they screwed that up big time in the film.
And then
But, yeah.
I would. Who else, man? You know, you could easily come up with 4 other guys. The Unicorn,
Unicorn, Gladiator,
Controller.
Controller. It's a lot of them.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, Whiplash is cool,
the
but
Fiend. No,
right?
why not? I've had a request recently
Yes.
about the Fiend
Oh, and
from my cousin.
And?
He was like, "When are we going to see this guy again?" He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
appearances.
Okay, not in the summertime though. So maybe
No.
in the fall. Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Obviously, the Fiend melts in the summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
It's been a while. Fiend hasn't been on the show in a while.
no, but it was
Drag him out of his cave.
Well, I just turned my cousin on to the Fiend back in, I guess it was June last year. So it's been just over a year. But when I saw him in May, he was like, "When is this guy going to make an appearance?" Because he's a big Fiend fan now. So pressure's on.
Pressure's on.
So we digress here with Villain Spotlight on Whiplash, a.k.a. Blacklash, but I prefer Backlash.
Yeah. Sucky name, either one of them. Yeah,
But-
Whiplash. Nothing wrong with Whiplash.
Kind of a freaky villain. So back in the day in the 70s, you know, I think he had more appeal.
Yeah.
This is a good cover.
Yeah.
But so there you have it, gang. I'm Wild Bill saying please click the like button if you like this video. Share it with your friends if they don't know about us. And click the notification bell so you can be kept in the loop every time we have a new video. We thank you for your subscriptions. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time right here on Comic Book Geezers.
That's right. More villains, more inside the covers, more artists, all that kind of good stuff.
More comic book stuff.
That's right. So stay tuned for more here on Comic Book Geezers for Wild Bill, I am P. Pardo. Have a good one, everybody. Take care.